Three, two, one. Phantom of Many Topics. It is January 2025. We are at Checkpoint Charlie. Checkpoint Charlie. Since our hotel is in East Germany or East Berlin, we have to actually go through this checkpoint in order to go to West Berlin. And this is Checkpoint Charlie. And you see the face of a American Army soldier there, whatever. And we'll just have to walk through, be there soon. And look, on the western side is the McDonald's. And this line in the ground is where the wall was, right here. Right here is where the wall was, right here between east and west, right here. And then there's Checkpoint Charlie. Checkpoint Charlie. This is where all the American people had to go through. Like if you're an American diplomat or whatever, you had to go through. There was a standoff in 1961 after the Berlin Wall was already up for about 2 months. And the East and the West had tanks on each side. And it was very rough. And also I wanted to say that this is where Congressman Bartlett and his wife Abby and their daughter Ellie Bartlett went through Checkpoint Charlie. But what happened was, right about there, Ellie ran over from the western side into the no man's land in the middle, and then she started waving at the soldiers on the Russian side, and then the Russian side waved back at her. So that was a poignant moment, and I think this event took place in the early 1970s or so. That's about when it happened. Okay. Here again is more of a view from the West Berlin side as you're crossing into East Berlin, and where I showed you in the street before is where the wall was over there, which is very surreal. So anyways, if you know about Congressman Bartlett or his family, this is what happened. I think it happened in the early 1970s. Okay, and just another swing around. There's McDonald's. Okay, and there's Checkpoint Charlie. Okay, thank you for watching. Okay, we're at the Checkpoint Charlie Museum. You can see the McDonald's is outside. And here is a Volkswagen. And this is how they would try to sneak someone from the east to the west. And that you would see the engine. It's the engine. And then a person would hide in here and then hide underneath the engine like that. That's exactly how it happened. And of course, the East Guards would be looking for a person. Okay, right up there, there's that's the flag being raised at the Reichstag, where I will be tomorrow. And I will show you a video of my sister making a video for me about 4 or 5 years ago. Then here's Russian soldiers dancing. There's the McDonald's outside. You can see, okay, there's a sightseeing bus. If you look far enough, you can see Checkpoint Charlie out the window. Okay. And then let's take a look inside here. And you have a map of Germany between World War I's and II. Okay, you see that a lot of this land here was taken and given to Poland after World War II. Germany was even bigger before World War I. They lost that territory, called the Danzig Corridor, later called Gdansk. Okay, and then let's go this way. This appears to be Winston Churchill. I actually went to the Winston Churchill Museum while I was in London. Okay, and then here's some of more memorabilia. Then over here, we got this suitcase thing. This is a suitcase thing. Okay. A briefcase was given to the mayor of Budapest or something like that. I don't know. I'm not going to read it, but this is all the information. And we'll probably go upstairs. Okay, upstairs. Okay, here we have a model of part of the Berlin Wall. You can see the structure. So there were two fences, okay? One was the wall itself. Then there's some guard towers. And so it's very hard to get through. There were landmines, there was barbed wire, and then there was guards shooting at you if you tried to cross. It was completely lighted up at night with big, huge searchlights, so no one could cross. No one. Before the Berlin Wall went up, about 8 years before, there was a incident in 1953 where the people of Berlin, East Berlin, rioted against the government, the communist government, and they had to call in Soviet troops. And then this is later on. Okay, or maybe this was at the time. I'm not sure. This 53 was before the Berlin Wall went up. You could still go from east to west until 1961. The creation of the Warsaw Pact in 1955, which was the Soviet Union's satellite states to counteract the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO. And so basically in 1949, the British sector, French sector, and American sector became West Germany, and then the Soviet sector became East Germany. And of course, in the city of Berlin, there was a West Berlin and East Berlin. Okay. And the wall went up in, I think it was August. Was it August 12th? It was in August of 1961. And overnight, relatives were separated from other relatives. People worked in West Berlin and East Berlin and found themselves unable to get home. We were working the night shift. So that became a problem. And then eventually the wall got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay, here's another vintage mobile. See, you got a lot of stuff on the walls. Covers a lot of different stories. Around the corner, they were talking about the Cuban Missile Crisis. And so this is more of a Cold War and museum in general, and more not just about the East and West Berlin Checkpoint Charlie area. And that's, whoa. Okay, and then this is a very famous mural on the Berlin Wall, which you might see in a few days at East Side Gallery. Okay, so this is how the walls were big solid wall, another layer of wall, and wall. Okay. Then there we go. It's another artist's rendition. And then over here is a map of the wall. And then here you had different layers of walls around the city. And again, the wall is not just dividing the east and west, but it's surrounding the entire city, because West Berlin is completely surrounded by East Germany. So that is, they say, is that. Okay. Here's some more wall. And then here's some people trying to cross through or dig tunnels or do whatever they need to do to get to freedom. And here's some guy that tried to swim his way to freedom, or kayak his way to freedom over the Baltic Sea from, was it possibly Kaliningrad or somewhere like that? I don't know. And yeah, this thing is like, okay, some people would try to hide inside a suitcase and try to smuggle your way out there, but that's just torture. I wouldn't want to do something like that. This museum, again, is just more than East and West Berlin. Talks about the entire Cold War. There's another artist's rendition of the Berlin Wall that divides the city. So, in 1989, the day after the Berlin Wall was opened, there was a famous guy who played the cello, I guess, and then he played a piece by Johann Sebastian Bach. Oh, by the way, did anyone see my video on Johann Sebastian Bach? Bach. If you didn't, then just scroll back a few days. You'll see when I was in Leipzig, I went to the Johann Sebastian Bach video. I made a video there. Okay, look and see. So there's Gorbachev getting along with Reagan at Iceland, Reykjavik. And then they made some peace deals, signed it. And then eventually the wall came down. Here are some pieces of the wall that are here in this museum. Let's see what this is about here. We got Mickey Mouse. This is some sort of artist renditioning. You got Mercedes-Benz, Mickey Mouse. You got the East and the West. So the whole damn thing. Here's some more Soviet era memorabilia. Here's a solidarity flag and the protest that happened that led to the falling of the wall. They don't really go over the story here of how the wall fell down so unexpectedly on that day in November. What happened was there was a conference, and they were talking about letting gradually people could sign up to go from East Berlin to West Berlin. They had to get a pass, but there was some miscommunication, and the spokesman at the conference for the East Germans actually misspoke, and a reporter asked him, well, when does this begin? And then he said, right now. And then after that, everybody hearing it on the radio, just all of a sudden, thousands and thousands of people rushed the wall. And at first, the Stasi police tried to stop them, but as they saw there was that many thousands of people crushing the wall, there was no chance for the Stasi police to stop them, and then just through sheer force of will, people just went through and then took down the wall, just like that. Okay, and so ends the tour. Now we're in the gift shop area. Okay, thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching.
Selbstverständlich, dass die sogenannten Flüchtlingslager in West-Berlin geschlossen werden und die Personen, die sich mit Menschenhandel beschäftigen, West-Berlin verlassen. Dazu gehören bekanntlich also nicht nur die Spionage Zentral- und Bundesrepublik, sondern auch die Spionagedienste der USA, Frankreichs und Englands. Ich möchte hinzufügen, dass es selbstverständlich Menschen gibt, die die Absicht haben, ihren Wohnsitz zu ändern. Die einen wollen aus der Deutschen Demokratischen Republik nach der Westdeutschen Bundesrepublik umsiedeln, die anderen wollen aus der Bundesrepublik in die Deutsche Demokratische Republik umsiedeln. Das darf selbstverständlich alles nur auf gesetzlichem Weg geschehen. Ich möchte eine Zusatzfrage stellen. Donau Frankfurter Rundschau.
This building here used to be the Ministry of Aviation during the Nazi era, and it was in the movie Operation Valkyrie. And however, nowadays it is used as the Ministry of Finance. This is special because it's one of the only buildings in Berlin that was not destroyed in World War II. Then just around the corner here, you have Trabi World, where you can go up in a hot air balloon ride, but I think it's closed in January. Also, the place over there claims to have invented currywurst. Okay, you got cucumbers, eggplant in the back. You got the Hongshou, which is like roast beef, and you got Suen La Tang, which is hot and sour soup, and some rice, and I poured in some of the hot and sour soup into it. Nice. We're in Germany.